walking by faith and not by sight is just one part of the faith walk. Y'all got to understand, faith without works is dead. You know what that means? You can't expect what you believing for without doing your part. You gotta work that thing, honey. It's not just gonna drop out of the sky. You got to put your time in. You got to ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got to do your research for what you believe in for. You got to invest your time, your energy, all that, so you can do what you supposed to do and excel in it. Y'all be thinking y'all waiting on God, and honey, God be waiting on you. What you waiting on? Do your part. God ain't gonna do everything for you. And this is where you gotta stay focused, because things are gonna happen that's gonna make it seem like your vision is not gonna happen. But stay focused, because God is always gonna send you a ram and a bush. But sometimes God gonna have to see, how bad do you want it? It's gonna be nice that you got to cry. It's gonna be nice that you feel hopeless and helpless. And in those moments, watch God send you a little angel. He's gonna cause you to be at the right place at the right time. Worry about what you can do. Nothing else. Just do your part and watch God meet you halfway. Do you believe that? Now I'm trying to give you some news that you can use. Is you listening? Do you hear me? Or are you just sitting over there worried about that I'm only 5? See, don't miss the message because of the messenger. Get this word and apply it to your life. The only reason why I can talk about this is because, honey, I'm living it. Nothing came to me easily. I had to work hard and stay dedicated. And then things start opening up for me. Now, I'm not bragging. God gets the glory out of my story. He gave me the strength every day to do what I got to do. And he can do it for you too. All you got to do is ask for it. Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 say, ask, and then you will receive. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door will be open for you. Stop sitting around acting like you waiting on God. Baby, God waiting on you. All right now.
War is man. Come make we touch down in a culture. Ribbity bang, make we touch down in a culture. Come make we touch down in a culture, Lord. Hey, because the more we are together, together, together. I say the more we are together. Say what a happier we all shall be. Hey, Johnny say stick together, we have to stick together. Go on, stick together, we have to stick together. Charge and tell your black man them are the hardest worker. Jack tell you most Greeks know one another, but me I tell you we fi stick together. Me no care if a ball head or rasta. Me no mind when nationality or color. We all get together, make we praise up Jaja. Cause him are the Father, the Holy Savior. So pass the chalice pipe full of sesamilia. Make we read the Bible, the Holy Scripture. Cause the more we are together, together, together. I say the more we are together. Say what a happier we all shall be. Hey, Johnny say each and every night me read my Bible. Open it up and me read a Bible. Me read about Jesus and the 12 disciples. The God put a tree of knowledge for good and evil. He put Adam and Eve in a the Garden of Eden. Eve conceived and gave birth to Cain and Abel. So the more we are together, together, together. I say the more we are together. Say what a happier we all shall be. Hey, Chummy say, Jackie a finger and create a man, and little lava that him create a woman. Him put them together pan a piece of land, cause you know two head, he better than one. Say that's how we start this world generation. You come a mic stand for your information. Say the man a give out the education. So the more we are together, together, I say the more we are together, say what a happier we all shall be. Hey, Chummy united, we stand divided, we are weaker. The world of it look bout for the youngster. The youth them go to school and listen teacher. Nobody bunk off and tumble your locker. All of the thief, them a go suffer. Say with the black man, the judge not jester. Me mother teach me manners and good behavior. That's why me never turn into any prisoner. Cause the more we are together, I says the more we are together, say what a happier we all shall be. Hey, come make we touch down in a culture. Make we touch down.
Yes, greetings, evening. We're there with you. Culture expression, man. Seriously, the more we are together, the better we will perform. I tell you that. So, them just finished the carnival, yeah? Them just finished the bacchanal and the striptease and the pornographies and the drinking and everything. But yet again, nobody was reminded what they're doing there, or it all come about. But me see my brethren them of the Nation of Islam. I met the people them on YouTube and across the earth. Remember? Yes. But since them so big and broad and everything, I down there them supposed to make the people them remember, you know? So stop being the fireman and do the real thing. Cause you tell the population of the earth that they upon social media. But you was present. Just like Benji. Benji tried bandolo the place and you were legal. You know what I mean? And it was legal, man. You had all your officers and everything there. But it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. And then this was our curriculum myself now about this Asiatic, because it's not Asiatic, you know. It's African Asiatic. It's Afro. Them say Afro-Asiatic because they want, you understand? They want to move us out of the Semitic something when it is we again. And then these young boys, them that are growing a sweep sand from beaches, their teachers then tell them, say, that it's Amharic, Swahili, Hebrew, and Arabic that we dare speak. And Yeshua, spoke those languages. Come on, man. Let's get down to brass tacks one of these days, you know. And then let's come in and talk. You understand? And I give one a history lesson. You see it there? A seriously a history lesson. Right? And some of them need to understand, you know, that when I follow something that got broken some years ago, and was introduced. He wasn't the first, but he took it to a place that was like, yeah, you know, you're born a Yeshua, alias Dr. York. Yeah, I am doing all these things that are that are taking place right now. You know, all these Hebrew and this, that, and IS, this, and QP and everything. You see? And that will cause disturbance. Trust me on that. Pure disturbance. Because you know what we need right now, and we did need long time? A liberty. See? We need to be together. Despite whatever our faiths are, our philosophies are. You understand? As African people. Especially us here in the diaspora. And that we need to learn, you know. togetherness, doing things together, right? Not pushing up with chest about something that we get to understand, and then really and truly we don't know. Because what we get to understand is coming from the European. I'm advocating for people to go to the continent and learn something about the culture. You understand? Because what the people what they did is right to say that our ancestors never write. It's pure oral history and reflections and everything that we have. Yeah, that's part of the customs and tradition and everything. But we also scribe. And we never scribe. How the hell they have papyrus and a we bring papyrus to God and to the prophets them and messengers. They are Africa. Stop making people believe, making yourself believe so that Egypt is not Africa and Timbuktu is not Africa and Chad is not Africa and Sudan is the Africa. See? Well before the people them get John Caxton and all of them that come up with printing press and so forth, we were writing. Right? And not just us, the Aztecs were writing too. But we were writing because we understood the firmaments and we took the teaching from our father and mother, Adam and Eve. You understand? We have to go back to come forward sometimes. And we use those papyrus that are still growing today. So when people are stop talking about certain things, talk about nature. You understand? Those plants are still there today. And we use them and straighten them out. And then we use the ink from berries and so forth. And we scribed on them. You understand? And you have some papyrus that whole, very, 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 extraordinarily old. So when they talk about Dead Sea Scrolls, ask yourself, what was that written on? Please, stop it when you people are going with hyper-fluted nonsense and when I want to do this. Listen, go to Africa. Get a money. Do like our brother from England. Walk to Africa from wherever you're there, man. Hitchhike. Especially you Americans, you all know about hitchhiking. Huh? You understand? Do that. And go to the continent. And then close them out when you get there. You understand? Just get involved. Like a newborn baby. Learn for walk. Learn for creep, crawl. You understand? And then you learn to talk. Because you will listen a lot. And you will learn some languages. Seriously, you learn some, not even languages, you learn some dialects. And then you catch at least 3 languages. Trust me. You understand? And don't be in a hurry to come back. Go back to America. Just stay a while. And before you even start walking, or while you're walking, defrag your mind and delete your brain. You understand? So that you can receive. You see, it's about receiving. So what we want to do really, we want to come back and talk about this. We might talk about. I get it right. I get it. Yes, these apologists and the last sheep of the house of Israel. You hear that? The last sheep of the house of Israel. May I will put people understand, from long time, not on the radio station, from me there school, I mean I read, I mean there church, I mean I read in church, that Israel is the name of a father, and his children is the 12 sons, which became the 12 tribe of Israel. And Israel was never a landmass. No matter what these people are trying to do, and how them transform the calendar, the map, and remove, just like them do with the Bible, and remove certain things and stitch themselves in there. Huh? Because everybody have removed us. Who is us? The Sudanese, the Africans. You understand? Remove us and implant themselves in there somewhere. So you don't see African people. So what them do now, since them enslaved when we are run away, they entrap our minds into play and amusement, athletics and so forth, right? So even in that now, and you listen to these Americans, they might move we out. They, at least they're trying. You understand? They still can't get a replacement for Jesse Owens. And them can't find one for Carl Lewis. And them can't find one for both. But they're coming. Right? And soon they're going to turn around and tell you, listen, you see them sprinting there? Let them have that. And the rest we will have. Because that's what they're doing. In athletics and all these top rank sports that we have been and still are dominating, but we not make the money. It's agents and managements and all these people, that I make the money. And then we're also careless with these multi-million contracts and endorsements. Because we don't look after ourselves. So when you look upon the carnival and see that the carnival is now everybody something, and the British government and everybody is proud to say how all ethnicities and everybody is involved. And that it's supposed to be. But since it got like that, what they've displayed at the Commonwealth, that pagan ritual, that's what they've just showed here this weekend gone. How much control them have of our consciousness, because they reproduce bell or ball in that little gate. They reproduce it. And you had ministers of church and churchgoers and everybody involved. And none of them are shout out that this is against the Holy Spirit and against Jesus, whoever that is. And the young people, them, were drinking their thing. You don't know how this something here does be used against our children, against us, period. Because with all the cameras that does be there, it's not just to watch and see who our criminals are doing something mischievous. It's just to look socially to see how we act and react. And in the dynamics of social science and youth and welfare and social work and so forth, all these things are used. And in the metropolitan, all these things are used. And they get to understand what it is and how our youngsters in England that have assimilated, how they behave. How they act, react, how they behave, in what part, in what type of environments. And who do you think is the ones that are doing the filming? The Metropolitan. It's a study for them. And then they give certain bits to welfare services, social services, and the universities and all these people that are studying sociology and psychology and social science. And then who do you think does be there dramatizing everything? We. Yeah, for a few dollars more. I tell you, man. We play some songs take one into our vibes and come right back to that conversation. You know what I mean? So hold tight.
Why, whoa? Why, whoa? Why? Oh, yes. Sit down on me yard, thinking your life hard. The Eden come on me yard. Say, mister, I'm gonna mash you down. I'm gonna put you in a hole, I'm gonna step on you. The Eden wants every righteous man to go down. The Eden wants every righteous man to go down. He looked at me and he looked at his gun. He say, my enemy, now your life is done. Cause when this bullet from this 45 and lick your blossy dead, you won't be alive. Tired fi take pure fence, lad. Tired fi tear out me pants length. Tired fi take pure fence, lad. Tired fi run out of breath. I go to the east, it's the same something. I go to the west, it's the same something. Everywhere I go, it's the same something. Oi, I cannot stand it no more. No, yeah. Sit down on me yard, thinking your life hard.
Yeah, man. Life hard, yes. Wayne Smith, him name.
Retaliation, chibam, chibam, hey. Chibam, chibam, hey. Chibam, chibam, hey.
Yo, nobody try step on my toe, you know. I mean, no want no apologies. Mind where you do. Sid, Benji. Are you me talking about you go carnival and to me this see a thing, you say me disrespect you. No, me not disrespect you, man. You fool. You could have asked me, would I tell you, so don't bother try it, man. What you deal with? Yeah? You just find yourself back. I'm in love that you're back. I'm in love you long time. And then you're going like what? Cha, come on. Don't bother your foolishness. Dance and don't bother step on nobody too. Yo, master, slap him. Yeah.
Retaliation.
A joke, we joke around here, no? Yo. Postcode a long time we not see you. Navigator. Step it.
Retaliation. Chibam, chibam, hey. Chibam, chibam, hey. Chibam, chibam, hey. Chibam, chibam, hey. See them come and you see them run. The vibes of the living to make them run. Now is the night you don't see the sun. You see the living dead, they must screech, come to like a dragon. When they burn us to watch each other watching. Come and it's hard in the out. Modern time, I say knowledge and grace. Scientists are do things as them please. Nuclear weapons.
See, I that them are doing now. You see them have she man and man she. You see it there. And I'm call it science. Science back off, boy. Oh gosh, man.
Dedicated to the war.
Now you see if them man they deal with woman and respect their mother and everything, they would never endorse such nonsense. And you can tell me say that there were no women and no men that was involved in all the costumes and all the organizing and structuralizing of that carnival. They were male and females. And they were Caribbean people, elders. So what happened to them faculties? Them sell themselves out. Come. And who you love? We love God and we love my mama. I tell you. Just like that.
Oh no, no. Ain't no meaning of saying goodbye to me, bye to me, bye to me. Ain't no meaning of saying goodbye. Oh no, no. Ain't no meaning of saying goodbye to me, bye to me, bye to me. You are my heart and everything I dreamt of. And I'll never do nothing to ever broke your heart. I say people they try just to keep us apart, but let us show.
Yeah, and these are young men, you know. I tell you, man, when them sing them song, they write them song, I'm very, very extraordinary young. I tell you this. So why is we have pay attention to search other foolishness that take place? The man they that called that are our artists. They are artists. Huh? Them sign paper, them do mini albums and everything, and them get for come across Europe, cause them shut them out and making apologies and bend down. Come, man. And the man they must say they will never bow. We are talking about. Eh? What were you speaking about? So nobody have any form of respect for the culture. See? And that's because what we call the culture now, you understand? It's just an evolution of where we have been and the fact that we exist. If it was our culture, see, we would be connected to the motherland, see? And we would understand the morality that is the foundation of culture. And then the educational principles that goes along with that morality. Then we will get the teaching from our elders, which is the wisdom, you understand? The experience from themselves. And then we will not lose our sanity to nobody on this earth. See? This is Africa. This is hey yo, this is all peoples, you know. Chinese people, Asian people, everybody. But we here in the diaspora, we take the thing for joke. Say, here we missing now. Mondel, come here, talk to them.
Yeah, it's true to nothing but the truth. Yeah. Oh.
Run!
Run, revolution a come. Run, revolution a come. Some of them want socialism, some of them want capitalism, some of them want communism. They all want all kind of ism.
And right now, all they want is sexism. See? How we come so full? Listen, man, seriously, how we come so full? Oh, and we is the African, the Habashis. How we come so full? Because we have assimilated. Seriously. And we sell it with soul. We give you everything just for some spotlight, bright lights, and a fistful of pounds or dollars. Huh? Bad. Terrible. Terrible. I tell you. And we, like my ears who are taught now, we move out. We leave behind. We leave our children behind to be abused. Huh? Systematically abused. That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. And there's nobody can turn around and cry out, if I did know. If you did know what? If you did know what? That's why the pastor them need to understand that their position is our shepherd, our fisherman. And their position, if it's God, that they want to connect with and teach we how to respect and mold our life for God's sake. Be upright. Be honest and be truthful. Be sincere. But we don't have that. We have people that can talk what I just said, you know, but they don't try to apply. We have a lot of educated people out there, you know, Very, very well educated. They got all their bachelors and rare and tear. You understand? The whole heap of theory that them pass. But they don't have no application. That's why we're dundos. Because we have all of these things. And then there's another set that's willing to do something, but they might look at financial resources. And I'm saying you don't need that, man. You just need ourselves. And that would automatically happen. Because if God did I say he need money, listen good enough. He need money to set the creation. What currency would he be trying to deal with? You see it there? Just throw that out there like that, you know, because y'all make God into a man. So I got to show it there. So which currency am I try to deal with? That means he must turn back into himself, right, which is us, and say, well, the ones of you who have created an economy, I work with you. Right, that means nothing going to happen. Because all of us are thief. Anything that call themselves economical purity and prudent, they are thief. They're not solely economically prudent by themselves. Them thief from others. Them thief from others. And then them turn around and say that them GDP and this and that is at this level. God not work with that, you know. Because if that be the case, just a simple little thing like oxygen, and would I tell you, say find some money for it. That means we'll never be existing. Gosh, man. And if we give you a chance with the oxygen, and then him say, this other thing that you're going to definitely need beside the food is water. Because if you don't have water, you can't get food in it. So you got to get this thing right. See, that's why when you read the Bible, you know, it's somewhat strange. You see what I mean? Because them are talk about animals and everything, and there's no water, there's no agriculture and everything. And them things have to come first. Oh, gosh, man. Am I teaching scripture again? Oh, come. Yo, you have to listen to my music then. My music seriously. But if you want to dance in your brain. Come. Rockers International. Come here.
So long we've been separated.
Del Rye.
My people, it's time we come
Williams,
together.
not Wilson.
Well,
come on, Del Rye.
you are my brother,
Tell them.
and you are my sister.
Warn them.
We must stay together,
Teach them.
together.
Yeah, you see, with that remind, you know, from long time, you know. You think say yesterday we born this? A long time we remind ourselves. So now we find it fitting again to remind ourselves. Follow me, boy. Yeah, Joe. Easy Benji, me see you smile a while, man. Hey, do the juicing, man. Me love, hey, me not gonna stop loving, man. Come, man. Yeah. Benji. Rasta Benji, you know. Him got lost in England, see? And then find himself back in London. And yeah, so I have my reading partner, my reasoning partner, my reading partner, my research partner, and I have my basketball partner. Oh gosh, man. You understand? So we have vibes. It's only him try to go get some excitement and nothing him get and upset me and disrespect himself because him pocket get wrecked. You understand? An African man book him car. his vehicle. I don't know where him rent or whatever. Right? Plus, yeah, that happened. And him never get for set up no stall and bandolo the place and and the people then want alcohol and them gone there with organic juice and everything. So vegetables and all kind of something. You understand? So it's me and Marcia. That's why postcode is over here. and Aisha, we have to help him drink and devour all them something there, cause they're not. You can't keep them that long. You know what I mean? Vegetables. You see it. We don't stick them in freezer now. So yeah, Benji, I'm telling you. And don't ask us for any money, man. You should have asked us about it, and we would have told you, advised you. We're not interested in going, so we don't want to know that you are going. You understand? But if you're going, yeah, you're not going to go about no juicing, man. Because you never register with nobody. They never give permission. You're lucky the police never confiscate your vehicle, you know. Serious thing. Listen. Big
So
rhythm.
long we've been separated.
Tell them.
My people, it's time we come together.
Rastafari. Yeah.
You are my brother,
Teach.
and you are my sister.
Tell them.
We must stay together,
Warn them.
together, together.
Rockers International.
All the time, together, forever. You are my father,
Tell them.
and you are my mother.
Tell them.
We must stay together, together, together. All the time, all.
Yeah, you see, when you work with certain things and you sit down as a body of people, like a family, and you reason and everything, rhythms like that get written. You understand? So the way the idols behave, you know, and my people, them was around me, that sing and DJ and everything, at that time a substance that will be generated, and it's for them, huh? How they're feeling and what they're picking up to write. You see? Okay. So that's harmony. See? And we the elders now, we are transmit some knowledge. You understand? Of true experience. But when I chat politics, see? When we have to chat politics, it's because something is going wrong in and around all of us. You see? So we are say that this person or that person or this government or that government or these police or however I do something, but we have put our trust in God Almighty. So to do that now, you have to stay on the right side of things. You know? You can't be talking that and you try generalship, this and that. No, the two things not working. See? So we have to stand for what is right at all times, not sometime, all time. So from that now, the Almighty will let you see. You understand? And then we can reveal and help prohibit our children and our close brethren and sisters in them from falling into them traps and them using all of that something there and take up so much time and cause mental confusion, you know. Because we have a lot of our people that are suffering from mental health because them can't hack it. Them get so involved in certain things and they stuck. And this multimedia has also got a lot of them because them deal with all these things people put up there. And because it's like a little movie something, them can't get from the fiction to the reality. And them go off with them eyesight, believing and falling themselves into some horror and getting confused. And then they don't have nobody to talk to. They do, but they refuse to do that. And them talk to themselves and the multimedia. And then them go WhatsApp and Twitter and all of these something. And get a whole heap of people that have the same mindset as them. And all of a sudden now, all of them is mentally eroded. And then they walk about the street and behave a certain way. They're not interfering with nobody, no, but them just a chat. And maybe some of them start shout at certain things. And the police them section them. You understand? Stage 1. Stage 1. And once them get 2 of them injection, woo, stage 2 start. And this is what's been happening from the 90s. And now it's been quickly. Yeah? It a run things. It a run things. And we commit some atrocious crimes or acts that are very criminalistic. Because they don't know what they're doing. And where are we to help them? To help ourselves? I'm just a messenger. Say, here what now? Yeah? Stop the war. The war is over. Yo, Salad Power. We are going with man. Hey, Augie, you don't tell me say you put up something, yeah? And you're up there. I go come for you now. I tell you, man. Beat you up. Salad Power.
You can hear what the good brother say.
The war is over.
Musical sounds coming down with me. Now this is a musical sensation that is shaking the whole nation.
Yeah, you see that song there? When you go around different communities, you know, it's all about the impression of the sound, but to battle the warmongers among us. You understand? Not the rude boy, you know, the bad boy them among us. Put them in check. You understand? So I sound like Sir Lord Power. You know what I mean? Put the youth them in order star. You understand? So them skank instead of fight. And those who was fighting, we just show them say the war is over, you know. The real war is in Africa. So we wanna go on with. And that time we are talking about Biafra. You understand? Otherwise known as Nigeria. Stop it, man. Wanna know the history. Yo, Black House. Sir Lord Power. One time.
You can hear what the good brother say.
Man called Ira, you know.
Musical sounds coming down with me.
Listen.
Now this is a musical sensation
Rock the nation.
that is shaking the whole nation.
Yeah.
And you can feel the vibration.
Yeah.
This musical disc was created from creation.
I'm telling you.
Shaking you from the #1 station.
Sir Lord Power.
As the brother would tell you. Hey, tell it to me.
One time.
You can hear the good brother say.
2 times.
Now since the war is over,
Christian and Clover.
it'll be like crimson and clover.
Yeah.
Even them that deal with violence, they should look down in silence.
As I was telling you.
And you can hear the brother say, no war, brothers and sisters, the war is over.
See there? Sir Lord Poor man. 1,000 watt of bass. Come on.
War will fiction upon the land, and pestilence will walk the earth. Now it's time to open your eyes and try to live for this what life is worth.
Yeah, you see that first one there? The first one they come from Portland, see? And now King Toby is get for understand that something will go on. So King Toby want the man them for coming for the studio and slap something. So here come Rupee Edwards on the scene. Yes, come, slap it.
War will fiction upon the land, and pestilence will walk the earth.
Ira is still in it.
Now it's time to open your eyes and try.
And you see Ira now as a DJ, we call him Mr. Dictionary. Come.
Ready. War will fiction upon the land, and pestilence will walk the earth. Now it's time to open your eyes and try to live for this what life is worth.
Step it.
And if you die, you shall eat dirt. Time to open up your eyes. It's time to realize. Wonder if the cats of the roof and got to hypnotize. I don't know. Open your eyes, judge your children, or you better get to blow. Everybody's gonna know. Stop fighting against each other. Stop fighting against your sister or your brother. And each and every day I think of the cleaner star. Got to put on my glasses and keep my face from too much war. Too much war. But ain't you right?
Yeah, you see them something there? And nobody never get frightened, you know. You see what happened with the song now? The song bring all of us into attention. See? Yeah, man, we just get humble. Humble, I tell you. And God forbid if police did try interfere with anybody when we there come to the set, to the club. Eh? Because when we are leave now, police better be gone. I tell you, man, because we know we fit. You know how we fit? We not fear and our biceps them ready. I tell you, man, mentally and physically ready. Because the DJ them and the sound system prepare it. We're not frightened for nothing. Only God we are afraid for. I tell you. So where's that now in England and across the earth? We come like little pussycat. You understand? And now we are sell with morality. And we are sell with woman. Women. See? What a shame. What a shame. Come, Robert Lee. This is the war side, you know. This is the war side. See it there? This is the road boy side. Come, Robert Lee.
Setting the ghetto where I live.
Listen.
There ain't no moonlight in the ghetto where I live.
Listen.
Too much war in other city. Too much war in other part. Too much war. No one no have no pity. Appear guns and knives them at all.
See? So where the sound them there? Where are the sound, the proper sound? Where the sound about you attract white people? Where the sound there? We are work with us, man. We not work with nothing else than us, you know. You see? So you come like scribes and Pharisees, but yet still you read the book and you have no understanding. Watch it. Robert Lee. Too much war.
Setting the ghetto where I live. There ain't no moonlight in the ghetto where I live. Too much war in other city. Too much war in other.
And we're not racist, you know, but we have to look after ourselves. You understand? Seriously. If we don't look after ourselves, we're going to look after we. You see? We have to look after ourselves. And those other people that never look after we, are them put we in bondage, are them kidnap we, are them enslave we, are them despise we, are them is racist against we. So what the hell do you want me for do? What you want me for do? Suck them to her? Are you mad? Come, Robert Lee.
Setting the ghetto where I live. There ain't no moonlight in.
Yeah, you ever remember the planets of the ape? You remember that picture there? That film, that series. That wasn't made by us, you know. But it's made about us. Watch it again. Go get it, man. Go on YouTube and drill it down. Go on Netflix and all of them, something, them drill it down and have a good look. Don't bother drink nothing, not smoke nothing, you know. Drink juice, yeah, and water. Huh? And get a pencil and paper. See? And make notes. And ask yourself, what am I listening to? Or what am I watching? Yeah? And then look back and see how long ago they make that rotted. See? And it'll play out. And where are we? And then realize now that 75 years gone to Rockstone. And when I have no high school, when I have no secondary school, no primary school, no secondary school, no college, no bank, no supermarkets. Hey, yo, we made ourselves into subservience. You understand? But yet, still we have a whole heap of limba about this and that. And yo, somebody need to slap with. Serious thing. We're the ones that are denying our existence. Serious. And then when we get ourselves, like Garvey said, up against the wall, we're talking about God. why God do this. And then you take God in and make God into a man. And then you have the audacity to open your mouth them and say that this God that want to make man got crucified and everything and humiliated and risen for the sins of man. And the sins are still here. It's still here. What kind of sense is that? After you don't see that nothing work in that realm that you're being told, why you still hold on to that? Because if 1 and 1 make 2, you expect to get 2 out of something. Because if you have 5 and the people them take 3 from the 5, you expect to have change of 2. You cannot come back and say that you still have 5. That means you're an idiot. And the people them will laugh on you. Right? And them not going to deal with you again because them see you're a fool. You understand? Because them not getting back 5, you know. Them might take the rotted 5 because them see you have no sense. Why them not get gear change?
Set in the ghetto where I live, there ain't no uniting in the ghetto where I live. Too much war in other city, too much war in other park, too much war. No one no have no pity. Up your guns and knives, them a talk. There ain't no uniting, they are only fighting for what I don't know. Oh Jack, it hurts me so, 'cause every day another youth man dead, a peer shot him get it in a man, and every day another mother cry. Please don't ask me why. Too much war in other city, too much war in other park, too much war. No one no have no pity. I bear guns and knife them a talk. How do you feel to take the life of another? How can you sleep when you know it's your brother? You rob and steal just to achieve a dollar, but in the end I know your reward is gonna be bitter. Too much war in other city, too much war in other park, too much war. No one no have no pity. I bear guns and knives them a talk. From Waterhouse down to Sea View, roll not that burn pen. Tivoli and Golarima, every youth and youth must be friends. 'Cause if we don't, it's gonna get dry.
Yo, Minister of Culture, you don't know, see, you must send, come call me, man. Me there to help you now. Me there to back up I Lawi, man. Me tell you, man. See it there? Me there for do that. See it? Oh, gosh, man. Now, heart made of stone. Come here. Hey, that tune, that's a big, big, big tune on Robert Lee. Young man. Young boy at that time there, man. Young. See it there? And then boy not get polluted. Stop it. Come. Heart made of stone. Sly and Robbie. Come. And one of my favorite group, Vice Rise. Come here, star. Chucky, bo. Benji.
Girl, you leave, oh yeah.
Yo, Marcia.
Margaret. Oh yeah.
See it there? So that was writing, vocals, see it? And live rhythm, instruments, you understand? Creativity. Yeah! So we come again, man. Linville Production, come.
Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. I know we've got a long way to go. I'm saying this, I know it's not an easy way. On this road, only the strong survive. No barriers can hold us again. They just can't stop us. No matter how they try. Oh no.
And I never see her for a long time, too. She back, man. She never gone away. Come here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Now listen and listen keenly. Call your mama. I'm telling you, man. Call her.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Where I say, Marcia, skip that one and come back here. Come here. May I tell you, man, Marcia sweet, you know. Marcia know me. She know me well. See, Marcia, man, Marcia, sweet, man, I tell you. All right, man, I go back right there, so now. So where you want me for to come stand up with you? Okay, I'm coming. Yo, call your mama. Call your mama, man. Call your mama. Seriously. Call her. Aye. Settle. Yo, Aisha, come dance with Benji. Hey. Settle. Great song. Mighty voice rise, you know? I tell you, man, dancehall style. Come here. Reggae music. Settle Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. Your son is here. Yeah.
Shade rock me, shade. And a bendigo.
Muffy.
They throw them in the fire.
Could never get
And they
burned.
never get burned as we know. Shade rock was a dreadlock. Me shake was a dreadlock.
we stop, you know. I tell you, man, long time. So, we're sneak again. Come.
Walk the street and so fretful. How does it feel? How does it feel? Oh yeah. Go to their bed with once, gee wee. Wake up with evening. Wake up with evening. So I said, oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. So I said, oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. People in the ghetto, amongst the mosquito, cockroach and flies, they fill the skies. Everyone is murmuring, everyone is grumbling. No one is considering what is happening. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. So I say, oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. Walk the street and so fretful. How does it feel? How does it feel? Oh yeah. Go to their bed with once, gee wee. Wake up with evening. Wake up with evening. So I say, oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. People in the ghetto, amongst the mosquito, cockroach and flies, they fill the skies. Everyone is murmuring, everyone is grumbling. No one is considering what is happening. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling. What a feeling. So I say, oh, oh, oh. Oh, what a feeling.
Yes, may I tell you, man, we're exclusive, you know. Watch it. Yeah, man, all week we are play exclusively Delroy Wilson, one of the young teenage artists of the time, you know. So if you did miss it, you can go back and get it. So we're gonna finish this one off with Delroy Conference Stable. Come.
There will never be any peace until God is at the conference table. There will never be any peace until God is at the conference table. People are running from land to land, trying to make things alright. Holding meetings after meetings, constantly reaching for what they maybe think is right. Everybody has a plan made by just a man. People, can you understand? We got to tell them there will never be any peace until God, you see, is at the conference table. There will never be any peace until God is at the conference table. What been told in the dark has come to light. Tell me who is to blame in a what to think about it. You've got to remember what was done by a man. We got to tell him there will never be any peace until God, you see, is at the conference table. There will never be any peace until God is at the conference table. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
So Delroy Wilson walks away. We are see this to you now. Heart of stone, heart made of stone. As Muslims, we are told by our prophet that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given all human beings but one heart. And the heart that's within our chest is the decision maker of our being, the heart, not the brain, the heart. So we exercise the heart means we need to keep the heart the way the Almighty has created it, which is soft, delicate, one that comprehends, one that don't show no objections. You see? Because if you show objections, it becomes hard. It start getting tough, you know, like a man gone in the gym and work on him body and develop biceps and all of a sudden believe say him stronger than ox. So the heart must remain delicate, like cotton. And then the mind, the brain, must protect the heart from being exploited. Oh yes, the brain must protect the heart from being exploited. This is the whole being. See? The brain is that thing that in the computer you can look at it like at the hard drive, you know? Yeah. So we as Muslims, we're not apologists. Not now, not ever, and we were never apologists. See? So the new linguistics among agnostics and haters and conservatives, liberal-minded lot that want to see the Muslims slip, slide, and obey their decadence. They're using the word apologist, and they're friending up a lot of young Muslims in that. So when I said to them, stop working the precepts that the Christian-minded individuals have been trained to do, which them jump around the Bible to try to hook, line, and sink some views or an opinion that the theological teachers are projecting, because they don't do these things by themselves. It's orchestrated, these precepts. Now, there's no room for that in Islam. There's no room for that in the Quran. And there's no room for that in Hadith, Sahih Hadith. And there's no room for that, period, in Hadith Qudsi. What I find a lot of brothers are not doing is referring to Hadith Qudsi. Then refer to Hadith Muslim, Hadith Bukhari, and Ray. But see, Hadith Qudsi is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You understand? There's no discrepancies can be found. There's no mindset in there that come with a discrepancy, you know. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that's speaking to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even about traveling. You understand? Attitudes. Consecrating your wife and everything, and she you. So don't get these things twisted. Don't get them twisted, star. You see? So, may I say to you that the heart is the key, is the subject, is delicate, must be guarded by our brains. Yes. And the heart should never get firm. You should never let anybody make your heart become like a stone. You see? Serious thing. The heart does be very delicate. When you find, or you see a female that you're attracted to, the heart start send all kind of signals. Yeah. All form of signals. The heart. And some people override the heart and just run straight and lick the brain to say, yo, because they want passion. Yes. And the structure and the system and the environment that people live within, that exploitation happens. And mainly because there have been no guidance and support from a family, mother and father. See? So passion takes charge. And then the brain run with the passion. And then lust, that appetite is being developed. And if it's not checked, they'll behave worse than the dog them. And the dog they have some innocence. The dog work with privacy, you know. The space that they're in, we see them, but if you watch them carefully, them have a privacy. And cats, all those animals. So why are we going to go to an extreme? And remember that God gave us the power of thought. That's what him give we. Everything else within us is God's appetite. But then give we that freedom of thought. And it's for us to get to the excellence of ourselves, nothing else. So I'm saying to get there, one has to consistently report to God within our thoughts. And that's where scriptures comes into play. Because those prophets and messengers, they're the ones that were chosen by God to help steer us. The stars steers us across the ocean. But we had to first learn how to read the stars so that we can be guided aright by them. It's very dark out there in the night, you know, the ocean. Extremely, extraordinarily dark. So what black man going to know? It's very dark out there. But the one thing that you can see is the stars. You never know that. Examine it for yourself. Nature. So when I leave the heart, and it's important that we recognize and don't let anybody harden our hearts. And don't let anyone govern our thoughts. Because if our brain becomes shady, slim shady, we're in trouble. And we leave the heart then vulnerable. But it's better the body is governed by the heart. Yes. When the body needs to protect itself, the heart is in total agreement. And that's why God says to us in the Quran, we must have sabr, patience. For it's God then that takes charge of the conditions and circumstances that we may find ourselves within. And that then him give our body permission. And then our body serves us the way it should. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's a serious thing. Because it's the parable of Dawood. Yes. And Goliath. You see? A young boy. Where his parents and his elders of their village were afraid. And him, a little boy, was not afraid, but he was guided by God. And so were they, but they were in doubt. He wasn't. And then God gave him the true inspiration of something. And that something was a slingshot. Read and you find out what he used was not something that was in use by them at any time at all. That came into play, came into being, that was discovered, invented, whatever you want to say, right there and then, through the inspiration and the guidance of the Almighty. You understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he allowed Goliath to speak to the elders pertaining to Dawood, David, and said, is this all you've got? Isn't that showing how frail and weak you all are? Yes. And when him finished, it was Dawood who spoke in representation in supporting of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not his people, not his father. Nah. Allah. You see? And Goliath knew from that he was in trouble. He knew from that he was in trouble because he's created by Allah himself. Come on, don't get twisted and confused. But the words that was uttered by Dawood to him, that is Allah, him represents Allah who has helped him. No, he's frightened. He have nothing to fear. And one thing he never was thinking of is to retreat. It's to back down, be humble again. Because it wasn't like they were vile all the time. But his brain couldn't conceive that such a young boy would have tell him something that him don't know already. Huh? And he's refusing to continue to adhere to that which they know already. Same thing with Pharaoh. Same thing with everybody. They knew they were rewarded and granted and served by Allah. And there was no exchanges of challenges and blows and everything. It was just one lick, whoom, and that was it. Because Dawood obeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's instruction. He obeyed to the latter. Neither was he in fear. He just obeyed and executed. That's it. And the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did the rest. But faith and belief and obedience was the essence. So, now we come up here now to the last sheep of the house of Israel. The last sheep of Israel. Very important. Very important. The last sheep of Israel. So, if we go all the way back now to Yusuf alayhi salam, wasn't Yusuf last? Wasn't Yusuf taken away? Yusuf was last. Yusuf was undervalued by his brothers. Ten of them, not five. Yusuf alayhi salam. So we have the last sheep of the house of Israel. But unless you read, we read for ourselves. And read because we want to understand what the Almighty is projecting to us if these verses, these scriptures in the Bible is from God. But nevertheless, removing that thought from one's mind, read. And then one should ask, what's the last sheep of Israel? What's the last sheep of the house of Israel? See, you can't dismiss the thing. Said you can say last sheep of the house of Israel. So we're talking about a house and a sheep. And the sheep is metaphorical and symbolic in reference to a person. A person. It's not the pen. It's not the inn. It's not the stable. It's not the farm. It's not the pasture. It's the house. It's the house. And we are dealing with layman terms in relation to English comprehension. So, that sheep, giving it as a man, a human, who was lost, who was dispatched. Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph. And he was away for a long time. Even then his father didn't believe that his son, one of his sons, that particular one was dead. He wouldn't have it. And even it came to time when even his brothers, they thought that he was dead too. And them threw him in the well. So they didn't know that someone found him and take him into Kemet, Egypt, and bartered for him. Other people put him up for sale. And then he was bought. And he was attending to Pharaoh's house. They didn't know nothing of that. Even when he was serving them, when he was in his prestigious position, and they came for aid, which was dispatched and managed by himself, they did not recognize him. They didn't know him. Them surpassed the thought of him. But he, just like his father, kept them in mind and kept them in sight. What do you call that? Inquiries. And he had his own challenges. He had his own challenges. Pharaoh's wife assaulted him. Pharaoh believed him, but Pharaoh had to imprison him. So he had his own calamities. He had his own issues. He overcome all of those. But he did not forget to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he did not forget his family. Never. He never showed no hatred to his brothers, towards his brothers. And him longing to see him father. And he heard, can look at his inquiries, he heard that he had a young brother and a sister. Could you imagine? So that means he was constantly, he set his stall out to search and get up-to-date information pertaining to his family. So what does that make Egypt and what does that make him? Why did they say slave? Where that come from? And how come all these things were possible in Egypt if the Egyptians were barbaric? Why would Pharaoh trust him? That particular Pharaoh, trust him and his interpretation of his dreams if they weren't God-fearing also. So there's so much. But we be told so little to confuse us at the same time. That little that we've been told is also to confuse us and to remove the best of ourselves from ourselves and give it to someone else, to another race of people. Not saying that in Egypt peoples didn't do wrong. Not God wouldn't have invested so much time there. You understand? There's a lot of things were going on there because it's the capital of this earth. And the central parts of the evolution of human beings. Kemet, Africa. Oh yes, it's not boasting black people, ourselves. It's just the way the cookie crumbled. That's the way it was. Now the heart is still working, because we're being humble, showing some humility. Yes, Yusuf could not have accomplished all that he did without a humble heart, soft heart, a functioning heart, with the obedience and the direction of God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, he never had a heart of stone. And he had every right to have one. Because the way his brothers treated him, they didn't just throw him down in a well. They did several other misappropriate actions towards him and tell their father so much lies and try to convince him, their father, how he's died and the animals devoured him and blah, blah, blah. Come on, look at it, examine it. But no, the precepts that we've been given by the theological teachers, it what have us mystified. That's how they've been taught. Because what those architects of Christianity doesn't want is a rebellious set of people. People who would question them consistently. And people who wouldn't stop questioning them and depict for themselves how to live and follow God and pray to God. They didn't want that. So they set up systems. They took over God's work and rejiggle it and set up systems within all of that. So the human being, we can comply to them rather than to God. So that's why it said, God said, them change the words, them and sell it for a miserable gain. And not only selling it, they confuse man to follow them instead of hearing to the word. Now them take Isa and put Isa in place of everything and then had the audacity to call Isa God, incarnate. So Isa become more prevalent than God. And if you strike that card with them tell us he's the Father and he's a Son. And then to top it off, just to show you that, try to make us believe them got connection with him, them say, and he's the Holy Spirit. But they are three, but they're not three, they are one. Three entities molded into the one person. So I can understand the one person being truthful, honest, and sincere. Yeah, I can understand that. All of us can. Can we want a dutiful woman? Huh? Yes, we want a very attractive woman, sincere, truthful woman, huh? And an honest woman. And she want the same. She want a sincere, truthful, huh? hard-working man. And then you have to say, a man that control is emotion, an emotionless man. Yeah. So to help us, God turn around and tell us, yo man, lower your gaze. If you know what's good for you. Because when you look at the female, she arouses us. Yeah man, females. Because the way they are formed. You understand? So who told us this? We didn't tell ourselves this. It's God tell us this. Make us to be aware of an emotional part of our system, which is what? Our heart. I want us now to control the brain so we don't run off into the wilderness. Yeah, that lustful wilderness. So those of you now who hear this thing, precepts, you think like what? These are theological practices, theological teaching. You understand? Theological administers. And them just put twists of mysticisms in the theology. And right now, that's sufficing the African. Because we are all human beings are God-fearing. But we know God. But then when these people them drop some theology upon us and some mysticism upon us, now that takes us way off key. And we like to be important. When I work with the heart again, we work with the brain, we work with emotion. And then we sell the theology to the congregation. And then we oversell it to women. And now we oversell it to all sex. And then when we're found out, we said it is the unclean spirit. It's the devil, it's the unclean spirit. So the definition of the Holy Spirit cannot be given. And to blame the devil now, them says it's an evil spirit. So how you know that and you did not seek God? How you know about them things and you not seek God? Because if you know to say those things, you're actually telling us that it wasn't God you work with in the first place. So how comes you know that to say it's evil spirit that dethrone you? And it's the devil that's dethroned you. How you know that? Where did you get that guidance and teaching and realization from? You're being dabbling. That's why you can say that. And if you wasn't found out doing something, we wouldn't hear it. And this is what the precepts, teachers, and our young men, pastors, that's what they go to theological school, and they're taught. They didn't go there for that, They don't know nothing about it. But once they enroll and then go through the first semester, you understand? Then they're shown how to do. And they like it. Now, instead of trying to memorize, which the Bible is not written, it's not being transmitted the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala transmit the Torah or the Injil. So Them can't memorize anything. So what they do is the titles. They work with the titles. And they work with certain passages. But yet still they come back to Revelation, which is another dream. So when I'm linking Yusuf alayhi salam, did Yusuf turn around and tell the whole of Israel, his father, all about dreams? No. It was a gift given to him. And then him had to exercise himself because God chose him not just to recite, to translate and interpretate dreams. No. To be a dutiful servant, an excellent human being. And Pharaoh appointed him. And today we're living that experience. We're living that creation. We're living that development today. And we will continue to do so. Storehouses, supermarkets, shops, reservoir, plantations, agriculture, you name it. This is the beauty of Al-Islam. And this is the beauty of reflecting ourselves as human beings, searching for the Almighty, and you get the beauty from the Almighty, which wants us, who wants us to be excellent human beings. Nothing more. Excellent human beings. And he wants us to mature. Yes, because he would never forsake us. And we, the human beings, we cannot deny none of God's favors. None. We'll be ignorant if we turn around and say that my computer and my AI and all of these things, no. These are ability that the Almighty has given to us. It's what we use that ability and the resources for. And how we use them, not just for, how we use them. So may God Almighty have mercy on our souls, and may God Almighty guide us aright. May we seek guidance, because God has guide us. And may we get some pastors that decide to become shepherds and fishermen and lead us and guide us and support us. You know? Yes. And may we find our culture. And may we not become apologists, whether we're Muslims or just African diasporans. No, we don't need to be apologists for our evil colonialist masters that have not taught their children to come and turn us into, make us subservient to them. No, that their stuff finished, man. We can't have that. We cannot have that. You understand? And many other things that they've done and they do is deliberate. It's not by accident. It's serious intention. So we want to say, spread that news, that information, and we'll leave the space. You know, we'll leave the space. So Marcia, Aisha, and Benji, you know what I mean, and Navigator, we are going good, yeah. So we want to go away with Delroy, guidance, you gone.
wanna put away the literacy. It's time I act intelligently to show them our revenge is sweet. From I was a boy, I bear this name. Now I am a man, they call it the same name. A girl have a son for me just the other day. I can't let the boy come here think about me. Tell them, one. Tell them, one. Not two, 1, 3, and 4. One. From I was a boy, I bear this name. Now I am a man, they call it the same name. A girl have a son for me just the other day. I can't let the boy come here thinks about me.
Yes, still right. So I want to play this one here for Marcia. Marcia, may I tell her, come.
There is something on your mind.
You better believe, I tell you. Your name woman, you know. Ah.
There is something on your mind. By the way you look at me, there is something on your mind, honey. By the way you look at me, in what you're thinking, bring happiness, or really bring misery. No, please don't try to help me. I think I understand. No, you don't have to tell me, pretty baby. I think I understand. You want me to try and forget you, but I do the best I can.
Yo, hey, what I can do with us? May I tell you, man? You hear the conversation? Oh gosh, man! I tell you, you know, see the producer Chinese, Patchin husband, and that's just to show the creativity. You understand? Our people who live among the people, I respect the people. You understand? No come for disenfranchise the people them and undermine and undervalue the people them. So this is like Joseph. You see what I mean? So this is not no Chinese. You understand? It's a human. It just happened to be a Chinese man. that was humble and respectful. You understand? Yeah. And them join and cooperate and we join him and cooperate and great things happen. Me used to work for them too, you know. Yeah. So, yo, give thanks. Marcia, you like that tune? There's something from my mind. I tell you, better understand. Yeah, you know something? All this.
All we need is love. 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 Why are we so blind? Because we ain't got no vision. Why are we so gullible? Don't make our own decisions. Why are we so dunce? Even though we're educated. Why are we so horrible? Why? It's unbearable. Why are we so selfish? Obviously we don't care. Why are we so critical? Sometimes it makes me scared. Why are we so weak? Always selling ourselves cheap. Why are we so contrary? This world got really scary. Why are we so cruel? Man, life don't follow your jewel. Why are we so judgmental? Always making assumptions. Why are we so distant? But still worship the same God. Why are we so ungrateful? It painful, or some not faithful. Why are we so disconnect? I just can't understand it. Why are we so corrupt? This really makes me panic.
Yes, Lady Leo, just remember you in my soul, may I tell you. So may God forgive you, may God bless you, may God make us meet again. Guidance, we're gone. Lady Leo.